Okay, so I'm going to attempt to do this whole vlog thing. I don't know how successfully I'll go. I'll probably only get it maybe 2 days and then that'll be the end of it because I just forget to film things. But I'm just sitting here. Today so far I have put the printers on and there's some in there that need fixing. I haven't done that yet, but I've got 2 printers printing and I've had a cuppa and answered some emails and some messages, and I'm just waiting for a response from one now. And what I'm doing here, oh look, it's just so messy down there, is I'm just getting these orders together so that I can go and fix the printers and get these ones printing because it's Monday. It's a public holiday today, so I suppose technically I could be taking the day off, but I have taken, I say taken days off. When I say I've taken days off, what I mean is I haven't just flat out worked all day. So I've taken a few days off. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. And then I also have to go downstairs. I made sprinkles yesterday. Good, those. I use these, usually when I cut the tops and the bottoms off orders sheets, I keep these and then I write out what needs to be printed on what printer, because I say there's 9 printers in there, but there's actually 8 at the moment because one's sort of just shoved in the corner until I figure out how to fix it. Because I think it's going to require soldering and stuff, and I don't know how to do that. I do know how to do that. But yeah, so this order here, which is the next one that needs starting because it's the next one in line, actually requires that I make custom sized shapers. So I have that written down on the bottom. So I'm going to do that now. And then 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5. I also have, you can actually see all the mess down there. What happened was, my desk generally looks like this. I'm not going to lie, this is what it normally looks like. We had a bit of a flea infestation, and this room is the only room with carpet, and it got to the point where I think I have PTSD from fleas. Every time someone crawls on me now, I freak out. But it got to the point where I was like, I would have bites all over me, and yeah, so anyway, what have I done here? There we go. I didn't bother, I just didn't see the point in pretending to be someone I'm not, so my hair didn't get done. This is just tied in the knots, because that's how I do my hair. Yeah, so I had to move my office out of this room because I just couldn't take it any longer, and the sewing room is pretty much the only room that the cat never goes in because it's full of fabric, so he'll sit on it. So my office was in there, and then everything in here basically got shoved onto these tables and picked up off the floor so that they could spray the floors. Oh, okay. Yeah, so everything's still a bit of a schmozzle. I was in the staying room last night and realised that there's actually fleas in there because it's the only room now that hasn't been vacuumed since they sprayed the floors, which was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I think. It was the week before Christmas, now it's the week after New Year's, so 2 weeks ago, I think. So yeah, but I have this. Why does that? Oh, okay, that's actually back to front, but because, yeah, okay. I've got the sublimation printer going and did a mouse mat, which was on Instagram. So I want to try a t-shirt. I'm just going to try on a cotton one. I know that you can't sublimate on cotton, so I just want to see what it does. It's just one of my shirts, so I'm just going to do it on one of my shirts and see what it does. And then, yeah, I've got some sublimation coating that's supposed to help with sublimating on cotton. See, in Australia, we don't tend to wear polyester shirts very much, and to buy polyester count like that have got like 90% polyester, one, yuck, because who wants to wear that stuff, and two, they're like $25 each. So if I have to buy the shirt for $25 and then sublimate it, you know, for my time I want to be selling it for like $35, and I just don't feel like $35 is a reasonable price for a t-shirt. So if I could buy the cheaper organic cotton ones, which are really nice and soft to wear, and then somehow use the sublimation coating and then sublimate on them, then I can sell them maybe for like $15. So, you know, that sort of, I think $15 is reasonable for a t-shirt. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to resize these, and then we'll go in and fix some printers and put some prints on. So that I'm not going to show you me doing these. I'm literally just resizing them, and it's really, really boring. But yeah, back in a minute. Wow. Great lighting. Okay, so printer room. So these are all the printers, plus there's one in the corner and there's one just here, which you can't see. Currently have these two going. This one here, can you see this? Yeah, this one has block nozzle, so that needs fixing. And that one has a block nozzle, which needs fixing. And these two are kind of being weird, so I have to sort of see what's going on with them. And then this one, I have to just change the nozzle. It doesn't have a block nozzle, but it's just having issues. So, what am I doing? First, what I'm doing is turning this one on and warming it up. I need to change from white to thread gloss. So there's nothing there. So in order to get the filament out, what's already in there, because there's already white in there, it has to be warmed up so that you can pull the filament out, because when they're turned off like this, the filament stays down in here, which is the hot end, and when it's not hot, it just goes back to being this consistency, which is hard. You can't pull it out because it's melted in there because the nozzles are brass. So you heat it up, pull the white out, and you put the pink in. So that's what I'm doing. I work. Make sure that I'm doing the right thing. Hey. So, while this does its first layer, I tend to hang around and watch, because if every time when a print's going to screw up, it's generally in the first layer. If the first layer doesn't go down, like if it's too high off the bed, it'll lift as it's printing, because the heat will melt what's not stuck onto the bed upwards, so you'll get, like, instead of having really nice crisp corners like these ones, what you'll find is these are sort of rounded, so you need to keep an eye on that. Also, if it's too close to the bed, sometimes I'll squish out too far, which is less of a problem because you can still use them. I mean, you still use them either way, but it's more aesthetics than anything else really for these sort of tools. But I like to hang around and just watch. So it's probably a little low. I always level on the fly, because you just have to. I mean, I can do this one and it'll be fine. The next one I'll have to completely re-level the bed. So generally it's after you move this axis up and down yourself, it puts it out of step. So that's really good. But over here we've had an issue, so let's move over here. I'll show you. I'm gonna have to put you, wow, this is kind of awkward. You can see here that it hasn't printed. It's just completely missed. I'm not entirely sure why it does that. Sometimes this happens. So I'm going to peel all of this off. Now I've checked the flow. The flow seems fine. Sometimes you have to actually take these all the way off. So what I'm going to do is get my acupressure needles, because most of these printers come with an acupressure needle, acupuncture, I guess. And I'm going to eventually get it up in the nozzle. Just give it a good work around like that. And I'm going to run my filament back down to the nozzle again. Usually, if your flow comes out like this, there's an issue. You want it to come out in a perfectly straight line. And see how it's now coming out in a perfectly straight line. If that doesn't feel rough, feels nice and smooth, then it should be alright. Doesn't mean it will be. Should be. So we're going to start this print again. Now these are bigger shapers than normal. Actually, you can hear me out of all the noise. I don't think this is in the way.
Bye.